Hi, I'm Ashot. I call this episode The Parasite or The Warrior. As history shows, all, even the greatest and most powerful empires in the world eventually fell apart. This happened to the Persians, Trojans, Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and later the British. Since the only 100% constant in our world is change, everything is constantly changing. Natural conditions changed, new powerful enemies emerged, new technologies for warfare and effective weapons were developed, spies were sent, and the traitors appeared. Ultimately, someone inevitably defeated someone else. Well, this is all predictable and understandable. That's right, isn't it? Let's give it a shot. It's very interesting that all great and powerful empires were not defeated by someone external, but rather rooted from the inside. Whether we will quickly witness the disappearance of some of today's empires or not is known only to God. However, humanity has long pondered the reasons for this so-called rotting from within. One of the key aspects of this contemplation is the concept of generations and their interaction. Even I, a long time ago, analyzing my personal experience, came to certain conclusions and even devised what I call the generation curve. I noticed that if a man from childhood receives little from his father, in order to succeed in life with such a weak background, he will be forced to learn and work very hard all his life. And by the time he reaches maturity, he will undoubtedly be strong and capable. But what will such a strong man wish for his little son? He certainly will not wish him his own fate, and will do everything to ensure that the child's life is as comfortable and carefree as possible, perhaps even spoiling him by that. Such a boy will not need to work hard all his life. After all, everything is already in abundance. And by the time he reaches maturity, he will be weak and perhaps even unhappy by that. And what will such a weak man now give to his son? Little. And that son, just like his grandfather, will also be forced to learn and work very hard all his life to succeed with such a weak background. And by the time he reaches maturity, he too will be strong and capable, just like his grandfather. Thus, I concluded that the resemblance of a man's character is passed not directly to the next generation, but through the generation. In other words, a man is more similar in character to his grandfather than to his father. Proud of my discovery, I was soon sincerely surprised to find that even Plato and later G. Michael Hopf, the author of the book Those Who Remain, said the following: tough times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create tough times. The circle closes. More recently, I was more surprised to read a quote from the great Rashid ibn Said al Maktoum, the former ruler of Dubai, father of the current ruler Mohammed bin Rashid al Maktoum. Sheikh Rashid ibn Said al Maktoum once said, "My grandfather rode a camel. My father rode a camel. I ride a Mercedes, my son rides a Land Rover, and my grandson drives a Land Rover, but my great-grandson will ride a camel." He explained this precisely with the words of Plato and Hopf. Tough times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create tough times. And in the end, the Sheikh added, "Few will understand, but we need to raise warriors, not parasites." How is this applicable to your family? If you are a father, especially a successful and strong father, we then know what your path has been. But what is the path of your son? Are you raising a warrior?